Today on This Week in Football, punches are flying in the NFL, the Weaze lays down the spreads, and we've got breaking news about the University of Miami's coaching pick. Hi, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Football. I'm Erica Renee Davis, and with me are my co-hosts, Darren Dodge, Cody Swann, and Mo Ali is back from Miami. How was Miami?
Miami was Miami.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
It's like Vegas.
Okay.
Nothing leaves.
Yeah, that you can't talk about it?
Not on air.
We won't force you. We won't force you to talk about it, Mo.
Okay.
South Beach area?
We'll leave it at that.
We hope that you guys like our new setup. It's, pretty fly. And Andrea, of course, is manning the chat room tonight from the control booth. So you guys let her know if you have any questions. Now, please do join our chat room at ustream.tv/thisweekin, or you guys can tweet us on Twitter at thisweekinfootball. Now, we're going to start off with some news, and then we'll ask our resident bookie, the Weaze, about the top picks for the bets for this week. However, we've got some breaking news for you guys. The University of Miami, of course, has fired Randy Shannon, and there's already a new coach and a new coaching staff on the horizon. We have our resident bookie on the phone, and he has the breaking news, and you heard it here first. Weaze, what's up? Are you there?
I am here with some breaking news. Jon Gruden has taken the job.
Jon Gruden has taken the job in Miami.
And he's bringing in his brother as offensive coordinator, and he's bringing in former University of South Florida head coach Jim Levitz as defensive coordinator.
Wow.
I'm sure Mr. Mo Ali will be very happy with this news.
Oh yeah, I'm ecstatic right now.
Yeah, as you should be, and that's less than good news for me and every other Florida Gator fan out there, because Gruden, what they've lacked for so long is someone to actually develop the talent that you guys breed down there. I mean, it's just a talent hotbed, and now that someone's going to come in there they can actually mentor players and actually mold that talent into a team. It's bad news for the other Florida teams, put it that way.
You guys had your run. I mean, we were talking about it outside. You've won, 2 championships over
the past
last
4 or 5
years?
years?
So
Yeah.
UCLA won 8 championships in a row. I mean,
Listen, dude, we haven't been close in 8 years, so we deserve it and we need it.
No, and we'll see. But that's huge, especially getting Levitz from former USF head coach. He got fired for basically manhandling players,
Yeah.
but he was a great coach. He basically put that program on the map, got him ranked to number 2 in the country at one point. So you're talking about a really good offensive mind, a really good defensive mind coming together, and just having an abundance of talent to mold a team with.
It's going to be really exciting to see how the U goes back to prominence and dominance in Florida. So, Weaze, we can't thank you enough for breaking this news. That's a really big deal.
Yeah.
Good thing we have you on our team to make sure we get all the inside scoop before everyone else does.
Like, this story isn't on ESPN yet. It isn't. Is it posted in the Herald down there, Miami Herald, or anything? Is it been in the press?
The only press release I've seen is that he's our top candidate, but I'm looking for it to be announced tomorrow, the next day that he officially takes the job.
Wow.
Well, you heard it here first.
The
night before.
Yeah, the night before it's actually released to the media. You heard it here first on This Week in Football. So.
Tell you, that's dire news for football programs in Florida.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm
Crazy.
a little surprised that I knew that he was going to go back to coaching, but I thought it was going to be the NFL.
Really?
Yeah.
See, he's always been intrigued by the college game. Tennessee was close to getting him. When the whole Fulmer thing went down, there was interest from Florida when Florida was replacing Ron Zook. Even I think when they were looking to replace Steve Spurrier, there was interest in Jon Gruden. So he's been on the top of college coaching programs lists for a while now. And I think the University of Miami, with that persona of the U, I think it fits his style pretty well. He's got the Chucky persona going for him. Fit him at the Raiders, fit him with the Bucks. He has a personality style that sort of fits that swagger as the U coined 20 years ago.
And South Beach isn't the worst place to live. Right out there.
Also, his son is a junior in high school who's a quarterback, and look for him to probably sign with the University of Miami.
Of course.
And who who knows? It all sounding like it's starting to go together. Maybe his son signs with Miami. He's coaching down there, and it's a good fit.
Is his son any good? Is he? Yeah.
Never seen him play.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure he's decent. I mean,
He has to be at least.
Gruden was a quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got some sort of the family genes going on. This really surprised me. I really didn't think that the University of Miami was going to be able to afford Gruden. I knew there'd be interest.
Yeah.
But I just didn't think they'd be able to come up with the coin to get him out of the booth into like the private school arena.
I think it was one of those things where it's like, we'll see if we can get him.
Well, the boosters, from what I heard, I don't know, Weeze, correct me on this because you got all the inside information, but I heard the boosters did a separate fundraise for just the athletic department to be able to go out and get the right talent as coaching.
I think we may have lost Weeze. Weeze, are you still there?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question, Mo.
Okay, because that's what I was hearing, that they did a separate fundraising to go out and get the right talent at the position. So,
Interesting.
That is very interesting. So, guys, Gruden is taking his talents, his coaching talents, to the U. And Auburn and South Carolina are taking their talents to Atlanta, to the Georgia Dome for the SEC Championship coming up this Saturday. South Carolina, this is their first trip to the championship game. Of course, Auburn, they've been there before, but this is going to be a really, really big game. I think that more than anything, Auburn has so much to prove. They have to win this game if they want to still be on the trajectory to play for the BCS title game. And South Carolina has to win this game to, I guess, really gain some respect in the SEC. So, Weeze, what do you have for the Lions on that game?
I am looking right now. For some reason, when is it? Saturday?
It's Saturday. And Cody, you're our college football expert.
Yeah, I know. It's Auburn, and I'm really high on Auburn right now. They got me off the schneid last week. I was against the line for my lock of the week. I was 0-6.
Oh.
And Auburn were dogs last week to Bama, and took Auburn, and wasn't loving my pick in the first half. They were down 24 points, and they come storming back and win. So they get me off the schneid right here. I think they're in a bad position for this game. And
Auburn or South Carolina?
Auburn,
Okay.
because they got up for this one game that everyone thought they were going to lose. And it's tough to get up for 2 games in a row. And it sort of smacks of that 2001 SEC championship game where Tennessee, beat Florida in Gainesville, sort of were on an emotional high, and then played LSU the next week in Atlanta and just pretty much got pushed around by LSU and Atlanta, who were heavy underdogs in that. Tennessee was actually 21-point underdogs to Florida in that game, and so they were dogs, just like Auburn was dogs to Alabama. Mm-hmm. They won that, and then they were heavy favorites in the championship game, and they lost that. Now it turns around here, and the line that I have says that Auburn's 4.5 favorites.
4.5 points, yeah.
And so I think I like the Gamecocks to win this game on the field. I think they match up really well against Auburn, and like I said, the emotional factors there. It's their first time there. Auburn's going to be a little bit drained from the game last week, and this just sets up really good for Steve Spurrier, who I think has only lost once in Atlanta.
Okay.
So
at Florida, when he was coaching Florida.
Right.
Yeah.
This is his first time there with South Carolina, but as the coach of the Gators, I think he only lost once in Atlanta. So.
I think too that Auburn has shown that they are, I hate to say, very one-dimensional. I mean, they are a Cam Newton must-have-a-good-game type of team. And people talk about their secondary being very vulnerable. And though they keep getting the wins, their secondary is, less than average, I think. So, great for them for having a perfect season. But like you say, I think South Carolina is coming in on an emotional high. And Steve Spurrier is a very smart coach. As a University of Georgia graduate, I hate Steve Spurrier. But you have to give him the credit for being so smart and for really turning that South Carolina program around. And Stephen Garcia and Lattimore, I think, are 2 explosive threats on offense that Auburn's defense might not be ready to stop. So I'm going to go with South Carolina on this one. I'm picking South Carolina.
Weeze, is that the right line? 4.5? Is that what you got?
Vegas has the game down right now. I'm trying to do a little research to see if there's any injuries on either side for the line not to be up. The only thing I could think of for line to be down is Auburn's quarterback for some reason being questionable. But right now the line's down. Everyone in Vegas.
Interesting. That would be, I'm trying to think of anyone who potentially could be out. Garcia's been healthy lately. Lattimore's finally healthy. He was battling some injuries a couple weeks ago.
I think Garcia had a shoulder aggravation. I think he did. I'm not exactly sure.
That's what it must be. It was 4.5 everywhere, and now the line is off everywhere because of questionable injuries.
He's going to play in that game, though.
Yeah, he's not going to miss that game.
Well, but I see. I thought that was just like a little. I thought it was a little ding. I didn't think it was anything serious because he has been dinged up like the whole year, and I thought he was finally healthy. But Steven Garcia, he's prone to inconsistencies. If he's got a little injury, I can see that being a big sway in the line.
Okay, so Weeze is going to try to look for that line, but while he looks for it, we're going to go with the 4.5 Auburn favored over South Carolina. And if that line is correct, Mo, what's your pick?
Keep it short and sweet. I like Auburn.
Okay, Mo likes Auburn.
I'm with you guys. I'm thinking South Carolina's going to take this one.
Okay, so yeah, I'm very confident in that pick. I think. I think.
Yeah, confidence.
I think.
That exudes confidence.
Yeah, really.
What about the Big 12 game going on, the Big 12 championship game? You have number 9 Oklahoma, 10-2, facing number 13 Nebraska, who's also 10-2. Now, this is Nebraska's last season in the Big 12. They're moving over, so this is a big game for both teams, of course. This has BCS implications. Line for that one? Weeze, you have a line for that one as well?
That game I do. Oklahoma is a 4.5-point favorite over Nebraska.
4.5-point favorite over Nebraska. Okay. Now that makes sense to me, especially because Nebraska's quarterback Taylor Martinez has a high ankle sprain right now, so it's questionable that he might or might not play. And he's been really, really important and essential to Nebraska's offense this year. So I can understand why they have a 4.5-point favorite for Oklahoma on that game. Cody, what do you think?
Well, I think Nebraska is one of the, if not the most overrated teams in the country for college football. I think that they are grossly overrated.
It's a very emphatic statement.
They have beaten no one this year. They lost to Texas. They lost to Texas A&M. You know, the only really good win they have on their resume is Missouri this year. I don't think this game's going to be close. I think Oklahoma's going to run away with this. You know, I think Bo Pelini is a type of coach who wears down his players. I mean, obviously. You could see that as he was just screaming at Martinez during that A&M game. And, you know, I think this is the type of team that will wear down late in the season. And I just think Oklahoma's got too much of offensive firepower with DeMarco Murray and
Landry Jones.
And Landry Jones throwing that ball. You know, if you watch that Oklahoma State game, you saw what Oklahoma can do in like 4 minutes. They're putting like 20 points on the board. It's ridiculous.
It is.
And I just don't think Nebraska's got a good enough defense to slow them down for the entire game. So I like Oklahoma to win this, and I think they're going to win it by at least 7. So I like them to cover the 4.5.
Okay, so you like Oklahoma to cover the spread and to win on the field.
Yeah.
And honestly, even though I've said all season that I thought Oklahoma was, you know, ranked too high, that they didn't deserve to be ranked in the top 20, I still kind of believe that. But I do agree with you that Nebraska, like, this is a late season or late game in the year for them, and they just are not living up, I don't think, on the field to the hype. You know, they're ranked high, but that doesn't always, you know, denote a good team. So I'm going to go Oklahoma, covers the spread, and they win on the field. Cody and, Darren and Mo. And Weeze.
I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to take Nebraska. I think Oklahoma played their tough game, big emotional win last week. I don't see them getting up for another 8 o'clock game. Nebraska had a much easier time against Colorado. I look for Nebraska to be much healthier, fresher, and I look for Nebraska to beat Oklahoma.
Wow. Okay. So Weeze is picking Nebraska over Oklahoma. All right, Weeze. And let's hear what Darren and Mo have to say about this Big 12 championship game.
I don't think Nebraska is the most underrated team.
Overrated
team, but I mean, like, I do like Oklahoma in this one. I think, like, the matchups are just going to work in Oklahoma's favor. Plus, they're just, like, a hard-hitting football team, you know? So, yeah, I think Oklahoma's definitely going to cover the spread. But, I mean, can't sell Nebraska short like that. They are a good football team.
No, I really, well, I've said my piece. I think they're going to get waxed in this game.
All right. What do you think, Mo?
I like Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take Oklahoma. And the unders.
Nice.
Yeah, throw it in there. I think they're going to run away with it, and one team's going to blow the other one out. The other one's going to be playing catch-up, a lot of turnovers, that kind of ugly game, and it's going to be under 54.5.
Okay. Okay,
And you
Mo?
think Oklahoma's going to cover that 4.5?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, totally,
Be a
yeah.
blowout,
Yeah, blowout. Before we go on to NFL picks for this week, Weeze, please tell us what your pick is for the Auburn facing South Carolina in the SEC championship game.
if we knew what the line was.
Auburn, after that big comeback last week, ride that momentum. I think their offense will start clicking a little bit earlier than getting down. And, especially if you're saying, and the odds makers are saying there's questionable to Stephen Garcia's health, I think Auburn's definitely the right side.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you guys remember, Auburn and South Carolina have played this year, and it came down to the fourth quarter. Steve Spurrier benched Garcia and put in a redshirt freshman at quarterback who threw 2 picks. One of them was into the end zone, and they barely ended up losing that game.
Yeah.
So this is a game where I really think that the Gamecocks match up really well against Auburn. Stephen Garcia can pick apart that weak secondary, and and the other side of the ball, they have a defense that can contain Cam Newton.
Okay, so Weeze's pick is Auburn, but everyone else says South Carolina for that game. Is that right?
Oh, no. Auburn.
Oh, Auburn. So Mo and Weeze are on one accord with that game. Let's move on to NFL. So the Thursday night game, Houston Texans going up and over to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Eagles are coming off that loss, that heartbreaking loss last week to the Bears. And then the Texans are coming off a not impressive win, but a win nonetheless against the Titans, where a big brawl went down. What's the spread on that one, Weeze? What you got?
Philly is a 9-point favorite.
9-point favorite.
We have it at 8. Oh.
So Weeze
is the source of record.
I know, that's the guy,
okay.
right?
Really.
Okay, so basically Mo was saying that we have Philly as an 8-point favorite, but you're saying the line is 9?
The line's different on gate, depending on which casino. The casino that I look at a lot has a game at 9 right now.
Okay.
But I see some places have the line at 8, which I think is a better line, 8 than 9.
So you'll give it to me at 8?
Who's this?
That's Mo.
That's your BFF Mo.
You'll give it to me at 8 if I take Philly?
I'll give it to you at 7.5, Mo.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I don't have to pay for that extra half a point?
Okay, so for the Philadelphia Houston Texans game, I think this is pretty much an easy game. I think that the Eagles will win on the field a decisive victory, and I definitely think they're going to cover the 8 or the 9 points. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points, though. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, especially in the NFL.
When are you guys going to learn? Man, I think Mike Vick was undressed against the Bears last week. I think he was exposed.
By the way, I called him throwing his first pick.
Yeah, you did.
But the pick, he didn't throw it directly to a defender. It was tipped.
All right.
So, that gets a little bit of a...
I got you. I know.
Okay.
But it's still hip.
I think
right.
Philly wins this game, but maybe by a point, maybe 2. I like Philly on the field, but I'll take Texas I'll take the Texans with the point.
So do we think that the Texans offense has what it takes to basically hang with the Eagles as far as scoring points, putting points on the board?
No, I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game at all. I really think that we saw the blueprint for sort of holding down Michael Vick in that offense last week. The Bears did. And, I don't think the Texans are going to light it up either, but I think they'll keep it close.
No.
The Bears were playing at home. It's different personnel, man. You can't say we have a blueprint so every team can copy the exact same formula and replicate it. The Texans have a horrendous defense. A horrendous defense.
That's true.
And I think Vic's going to pick them apart. They're going to be pissed off from the loss last week, and I think they're playing at home. I think they're going to come back and show them why they need to go to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And I think they're going to destroy the Texans.
So,
I know it's a lot of points, but
so Mo is taking the Eagles with the points.
Yes.
Yeah, and Darren Dodge, what do we got?
Yeah, I'm thinking that this is probably going to be a close game. I'm definitely taking Philadelphia on the field, but I think the Texans are going to not, they'll break the spread.
It's a solid pick.
Yeah.
It's a solid pick.
Okay, and Weeze, you're doing, what do you think? Tell us again.
I'm going with Houston.
Okay.
Philly, that's way too many points. Houston can put up points with the best of any team in the NFL. And who is Philly? They played one good team last week, and you saw what happened. Philly's lucky to win this game, but if they win, it'll probably be by 3.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
And take the under if you're looking at the over-under. I have the over-under at 51.
Yeah, no, definitely under.
So,
Definitely.
I definitely like Philadelphia to win this game. You guys already know. And actually, this is a matchup of my two quarterbacks from when I was cheering for the Falcons, Vic and Schaub. But I think the Texans are going to I don't think Eagles are going to cover the spread. So I like the Eagles to win on the field, but I like the Texans with the points. And Cody? You have. Tell me again.
I'm taking the Texans.
Okay, so Texans.
I keep saying the Texans, the Texans.
The Texans. The Houston Oilers. No, the Texans.
The Texans.
So Cody has the Texans. I have the Texans. Weeze has the Texans. Darren has the Texans, and Mo has the Eagles.
The contrarian once again.
Right.
you guys keep hating on the Eagles. I just had to double check. I mean, they've beaten the Colts. They've beaten Atlanta. They've beaten. What was the other team? The Giants. I mean, those are 3 good teams that they've beaten this year on the record. You guys just keep hating on the Eagles, saying they don't beat anybody good. I didn't
say they didn't beat anybody good. I just don't think they're going to win this game. Look, they've proven to be a pretty good team, and they'll be there. They're going to make the playoffs. I'm sure they'll get the NFC Championship game. I don't think they'll get to the Super Bowl, but I mean, it's a good team. I'm not hating on them.
Okay.
I just don't like them to cover that many points.
Yeah.
I like them to win on the field.
Okay, so chat room, you guys let us know what you think about our picks so far. And you guys can play along, let us know what your picks are. And, let us know if we're completely crazy or if you think that we're hitting it right on the head. So, chat room, you stay up to date.
The chat room says Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
They're going with Mo on this one.
Yeah, but this is a betting show. What are they thinking?
Yeah.
Hey, they can have their own
Put your money where your mouth is, chat room.
Will the Steelers put the money where their mouths are when they play the Ravens? Their mouths. The Ravens and the Steelers at Baltimore. Sunday night game. Both teams are 8-3. Both teams are 6-2 in the conference. Both teams are 2-1 in AFC North games. The winner takes control of the AFC North. This is a big, big, big game. Both teams, I think, this is a must-win, or you better try to win this game. So, what's the spread on this one, Weeze?
I'm having some computer difficulties right now. Mo, what do you show the line?
We got it at Baltimore -3.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay. Baltimore, they're 5-0 at home this year. This is a home game again for the Ravens. I think in their win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week, it was a win, but I don't think that was an impressive win. And if they let the Steelers come into their home field again this week, playing the way they played against the Bucs, I think Pittsburgh could get the win. Even though the Steelers struggled against the Bills last week, I think Baltimore has to play a lot better football than they played last week against Tampa Bay. That's just what I think.
Well, these two teams squared off in a hard-hitting match earlier this year, and Baltimore came out on top in that one. That one was in Pittsburgh. This one's at 3, so basically Vegas is saying this is a pick 'em on a neutral field. It's saying that teams are equal. I just think that the Ravens have better talent, and the fact that they're, gosh, it's tough to say this, but I really think they're going to win by like 4 points. It's going to be really close, but I like the Ravens to cover in that one. It's really tough because they're evenly matched teams. I think the Ravens just have a little bit better personnel, little bit better team overall, and the fact that they're playing at home. I know, like I said, that's the 3 points right there is the fact that they're playing at home. But I think they're just a little bit better than Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Mo?
I'll go with Cody on this one. I think I'll take Baltimore. I think also you're saying Roethlisberger with a boot or something like that.
Oh, yeah, Roethlisberger has a sprain, and I think a sprained ankle. I don't know if it's a high ankle sprain or what, but he has the walking boot to protect his minor injury. So he's projected to practice tomorrow on Wednesday. And, of course, he's not going to miss this game. He's not going to not play. They're not going to let Dennis Dixon play this late in the season against the Ravens. So I don't care if his foot is broken. Like, Roethlisberger's going to be out there. But he does have an ankle boot on right now. You're right.
That's why it's a pick 'em. That's why I'll take the.
I mean, if you look at the last few games they played, you have Baltimore 20, Pittsburgh 17, Pitt 23, Baltimore 20, Baltimore 17, Pitt 14. So that 3 points has been the difference in the last 3 meetings. I think these are two really evenly matched teams. That it's if we weren't forced to pick these games, I would stay away from this one if I were betting.
Yeah.
So Mo goes Ravens.
Yes.
Yeah. Darren?
If you watched last week, I was, Baltimore's my favorite for the Super Bowl. I think they're definitely going to win this game.
So Baltimore's my favorite, too, so they have to win this game. I go Ravens, too. And Cody goes Ravens, and Weeze, you go?
Weeze doesn't like to, but Weeze can agree with all of you with Baltimore. I just think they're due to come out of their shell. They haven't had a good offensive game in a while, and I look for them to put up some big numbers this week.
Okay.
Flacco's going to be scrambling around.
That's
Flacco.
When that many people agree on a game,
I know.
start getting
So we're all gonna lose.
We're all going to lose together at least.
Wait, we all go down holding hands. Now,
That's the last thing you want to see is when a whole bunch of people agree on something in betting sports.
Okay, guys, what about another huge AFC game? The Jets and the Patriots.
Game of the year.
This is according to Darren, this is the game of the year because
championship fight, according to Rex Ryan.
Exactly, I know. Rex Ryan is so funny. I love him. So I do love Rex Ryan. He's a nice, jolly old guy.
It's like every morning when you get the championship fight with the Twinkie cereal that he loves so much.
That's so mean. But hey,
I don't make this stuff up.
The Twinkie
Sources
cereal.
say he eats like 5 of them every morning.
He looks like he might be eating 5 Twinkies bowls of cereal. But okay, so this is a huge game. Darren, this is a very important game to you because you're the huge Patriots fan here in the house. You know how I feel about Mark Sanchez. Everyone knows that.
Everybody hates Mark Sanchez.
Everyone hates, but y'all, I mean, seriously, Mark Sanchez, you can't hate on him. Okay, but before I go into my Mark Sanchez, fan club spiel, Weeze, what you got?
New England's a 3.5-point favorite.
Okay. 3.5 points. I mean, I think that the Jets have shown that they are competitive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're 9-2. 3.5 points. I almost feel like it's a lot of points. So
we have like this knack for always winning by a field goal.
Yeah.
We just like to squeeze games out. But, I mean, I'm going to take New England on this one. I mean, I honestly think that we'll probably win by a field goal because, we don't lose to the same team twice in a season. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
Okay.
But I'm going to go and be like, yeah, I got faith in my team. I think we could even win by a touchdown.
So Darren's making the emotional pick and picking his home team. Hey, you can't blame him.
I've picked him every week.
Yeah. You got to ride with your home team. I'm not mad at you for that. Mo, who do you have for the Jets and the Patriots game?
If I was going to take the game, I would take New England, but I don't understand. The Jets just managed to win. I don't know how they do it. It's the luckiest thing ever, but they managed to do it. But I'll go with the smarter pick is New England.
Okay.
In this.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with Mo. There's on the field, there's no reason that you would say that. I mean, again, the 3 points for the home field advantage. There's no way you'd say that New England is only half a point better than the Jets, but they use their magic trinkets or whatever to pull out victories. But I don't think this one will be close. I think New England, by the way, was my Super Bowl team from the AFC last week. So I'm going to stay with that and say they win pretty much going away. I'm going to see 10 points.
New England
will bet
10 points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jets, not because I think they're going to win on the field, but because I don't think that New England's going to cover the spread. So I don't quite know who will win on the field, but I definitely don't think 3.5 points. I don't think that the Patriots will win by 3.5 points. So I'm going Jets. And Weeze?
I'm going Jets big. I'm not looking for the 3.5. I think they win for fun.
Wow.
The Jets basically, I think, are the better team.
Wow.
They played earlier this year. They won by, I believe, 2 touchdowns. And Jets, what a better team. I've been saying this all year. New England against Detroit Thanksgiving. The first half, when Detroit's bad defense was actually playing a little bit good, Detroit was winning.
Yeah.
Jets defense is good. Jets defense is going to dominate the game, and New England's defense is very soft. I mean, look at Indy, how many points they put up. Indy's not a good offense anymore. Sorry to say that, but I look for the Jets.
Okay. So Erica and Weeze, Jets. Everyone else, Patriots. All right. Well, before we let you go, Weeze, we have to review our picks from last week. So the record as it stands so far, and we will kindly ask the producers to erase this record so we can start anew. But if they say no, this is where we stand so far. Weeze has won 4 games and lost 2 from last week. Erica and Andrea are tied at last for 1 and 5. Cody and Mo are both 3 and 3. And Darren, Mr. Patriots are going to win every week, is 4 and 2.
Yep.
So
1 to 10.
I used to
10
be
being most surprised. How surprised are you that the girls are?
Oh my!
No, I was saying that like in my head before. I was just like, I'm not gonna say that one out loud.
Don't
Andy's gonna like slap
don't
me.
make any sexist comments about the girls and their picks.
Look at the big note on the screen. Like,
Yeah.
we have to point that out. But
Good for you, Andy. Minnesota won.
It's about time. Like, enjoy that nut where your squirrel found it.
All I have to say is that Andrea and I are like the San Diego Chargers. We start off really slow, and then towards the end of the year, we just, our best luck is yet to come. So just wait and see.
It's really just odds.
Well,
lose enough games, and then you have to win a couple.
like Cody.
Yeah, exactly.
No, really.
Yes.
I got there.
Okay, guys. So, chat room, thank you so much for hanging out with me, Erica, Cody, Darren, Mo, and Weeze on the phone.
I love the graphic of the
Erica,
Weeze, by the way.
can I give my 2 picks for this week?
Oh, I'm sorry, Weeze. I always forget to let you do your locks. Weeze, give us your locks for this week. This is very important. This is where you win the big money.
Yeah, you guys have the games? My computer's down. It was Buffalo playing Minnesota.
Buffalo playing Minnesota. Let's see.
Was the first game.
Buffalo, Minnesota.
Minnesota's a 6-point favorite. I mean, this might be the worst line I've seen of the year. Minnesota is one of the worst teams in football. They managed to squeak out a victory last week because of a penalty on a punt return.
You hear that, Andrea?
She's gritting her teeth.
Buffalo is playing great football. 6 straight weeks, gets no respect from the lines makers. I think they've covered 5 of the last 6, pushing the other game. And Buffalo probably wins on the field for fun, let alone they're getting 6 points.
Wow.
So Buffalo plus 6 is a strong play.
I'll totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally agree
So,
with that.
Weeze, you're taking Minnesota.
No way.
No, Buffalo.
You're taking Buffalo.
Yeah.
And you're taking Buffalo with the points?
Yes, Buffalo plus 6.
Yeah,
Jeez,
the Bills,
okay.
by the way, are 4-1 against the spread on the road this year.
Okay.
4-1.
Okay, so, Mo, who do you got for Minnesota and the Bills?
I'll go with him on that one. I would stay away from that game, but I'll go with him on that one.
Okay.
His lock you want to stay away from?
Personally, I wouldn't. Listen, I got too many. I got Percy Harvin on my fantasy team. I don't get my fantasy guys. So
Okay.
yeah.
Darren, how about you?
Yeah, I'm with the Weeze. I think Buffalo's going to take it.
Cody?
Yeah, all the way.
So Buffalo's going to cover the 6, you think?
Yep.
Oh,
absolutely.
that's a lot of points. Again, these games are being given so many points, but I'm gonna do the Andrea from last week and take Minnesota. Okay, call me crazy, and I might be crazy, and I will own up to it next week if I'm wrong. I'm taking Minnesota. And your second pick, Weeze?
Who was Dallas playing, Mo?
Indianapolis.
Colts, yeah, Cowboys and the Colts.
Dallas is playing the Colts. Dallas is playing really good football under Garrett the last 3 games. Indy is a good team going bad. Injuries have caught up and a loss of talent. And right now Dallas is playing the better football, and you're giving me 5 points. All day I'll take the 5 points when I think they're the better team right now.
Okay, so Weeze is taking Indy plus the 5. Or is it
No,
5?
Dallas plus
5.5. 5.5, right?
No, Dallas is plus 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the pick.
Okay. Mo, who do you have for that?
I'll take Indy all day on that one.
Yeah.
Definitely. Indy.
Colts for Erica.
Yeah, I'm going Indy. I like that matchup. I'll take Indy.
Before we move on, though, I want to reiterate one thing that we said real quick was you think the Jets are going to win outright, and you also think Buffalo is going to win outright, right?
Let's throw Dallas on just for the.
So what about the money line parlay on that?
3 teams, money line $10 would probably make you about $500.
$10 to win $500. So you take the money line parlay with Buffalo and the Jets.
And Dallas. It would have to be a 3-team.
Yeah,
It would have to be three team.
Yeah.
3-team. Yeah. Not easy to do. I just recommend for everyone just to take the points, not be greedy, and go with the money line.
But that is a good. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're that confident in those lines, that would be a. I stay away from 3-team parlays myself, but that would be a. That'd be one that would be enticing to
Yeah.
someone. For
You
sure.
could just do a 25 2-team parlay on the money line with both those teams and still get what? From $25, you probably get what? 150, 200 back?
I'd say about 250.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Also, Cody wins a game, and we don't have his pick for this week.
No, my lock is that Oklahoma Nebraska pick.
I thought you were locking on South Carolina.
No, I'll lock on the Oklahoma Nebraska because I would go with the lock, but we don't know what the injury situation is.
That's
so
right.
I don't want
That's
to make
right.
my lock.
That's smart. That's smart. All right, Weeze. You have anything else for us, Weeze? I don't want to.
No.
I don't want to let you go if you have any other breaking news.
No more breaking news, no more picks, just hopefully another winning week for all the gamblers following the Weeze, and we will talk next Tuesday night.
All right, Weeze. Thank you, and we will see you next week when we give you a pat on the back for breaking the Jon Gruden news. Thanks so much.
Have a good night. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
See you, Weeze.
Peace.
All right, guys, so that wraps it up for the night. Quick show, and I hope that our picks have helped you guys in the chat room basically decide how you're going to bet this week. And I hope that you listen to, not Erica and Andrea, but to everyone else, because we didn't have a good week last week, but that's okay. We're coming back strong. And of course, always go back to stormondemand.com, because Storm on Demand is the reason that you can even see us here on This Week in Football. Also, guys, make sure you follow our Twitter page at This Week in Football. So until next week, enjoy your football, college football weekend, and your NFL weekend as well, and happy money-making wallets.